I also wanted a crop that is not going to be affected by the climate, climate change, where there is prolonged sunshine or prolonged rain, and they say no, it is waterlogged, no, it's not going to work well. That's why you find I came up with this crop in the northern part of Uganda, and it's going to be a game changer for somebody out there. Even if you're a graduate and you think it's going to be a challenge for you to look for a job, just take a bold step, come buy a seedlings for 1 acre. You will not turn back. Just imagine you have your 15,000 fruits. Even if we say we are going to make it to the basic minimum of selling a pineapple, whether it is this size and this size, you're going to sell it 1,000. With 15,000 suckers, you're going to make yourself at least 15 million shillings. From what? From an acre. And remember, this is just the first round. After 1 year, you'll go again through another round of harvest. You see? Now, if you have this 1 acre and you're getting that money, you can use that money to diversify and say maybe you want to do poultry, or you want to do, maybe you want to go into avocado production, or you want to do goat farming. The 15 million or 12 or 10 can help you to kickstart. Remember, you are seated at home. What is important with this crop? Please grow it where your eyes can see. But for pineapples, we are selling a seedling at what? At 200 shillings. But to plant an acre, you'll need 15,000 seedlings. So which translates to 3 million what? Shillings to be able to plant.
That's for 1 acre.
That is for 1 acre. So depending on the volume or number of acres that you'd want to plant, we can be able to provide you the seedlings. As I told you, I have another colleague I work with who is based in Masaka, where I sourced these ones, because when we are giving out seedlings, we want to make sure that 15 months down the road, you're going to be smiling and remembering what we did for you. It's not good to just pick a seedling from wherever you're picking it from. You'll either end up with a sour pineapple. There are also pineapples, once it fruits like this, is not able to propagate and give you more slips to be able to harvest the second and third round. You harvest once and the garden is done. So there are different types of pineapples, and how you look after them that will determine how you can be able to get the crop. So this type of pineapple, we went at length to make sure that we avail it here. We want when it can be able to change, you know, the narrative in the north, where not necessarily that a humble community, a humble person, a humble household can sell off maize, and in 1 month the person is struggling again to survive. If they can be able to access these seedlings, even if you can't afford it as an individual, you team up and say we are 3 or 4 and we want to buy an acre. Or if you're a farmer group or a VSLA or a saving group of some nature, you can collect money together and first start by growing gardens as a group. Remember, as I told you, once you harvest this crop, the slips that will come from out there will give you a minimum of 4 gardens, new gardens of pineapples. You see, and that's just the first round of harvest.
So the beauty about it is, if I come right now to Lad Mix Farm, then I buy like 15,000 seedling, I may not be able to come back again because I will already, you know,
exactly. That's what I want people to understand. When you buy your 15,000 seedlings and say you've bought an acre or 2 or 3, depending on how fast you want to capture the market in the northern region, you'll buy the seedlings once and for all. From that point onwards, you are going to be a major supplier of seedlings to the nucleus community around you. And you can be able to mint money. Because, for instance, I told you, if you have taken an acre and the minimum, remember after the first round of harvest, it will give you 4 acres. If you want to just plant an additional one and remain with the mother garden 1 acre plus another one, meaning you have seedlings for 3 acres that is available for selling. And that is only the first round of harvest. After 1 year, when you're doing another round of harvest, there will be seedlings worth another 4 acres. that one you can also sell
Yeah.
up to the third round.
Mm.
And remember, by the time you are picking the third round of harvest in that mother garden, now the seedlings you planted after the first
Yeah.
harvest, at that point they're also beginning to mature, and so you find yourself in a cycle of harvesting. You know, they say money grows on leaves. This is literally what I'm trying to tell people.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Wow. You know, I'll try to branch a little bit.
Mm.
You know, I know they say farming is the backbone of Africa. Unfortunately, we translate this in a very negative way.
Mm.
A lot of young people, just like me,
Mm.
have a very wrong idea about farming. Yet, in reality, farming, if you're serious about farming, and you don't need to put a lot, it can change your life. As Arthur, and you've been a farmer, right now you're a full-time farmer,
Mm.
do you believe farming is the solution to the young people of Africa?
I can tell people that farming is going to be the solution. It's actually the solution. First of all, we have the advantage of the land. The land is available.
Yes. You can
Yes, you can either
have it, you can buy, you can
you
rent,
can hire,
know,
you can
yeah.
rent, you can hire, you can lease.
Yes.
The land, at least you will not say that there is nowhere you can lease land. It's
Yeah,
a lot.
there's land everywhere.
Exactly. So I encourage people to lease land or rent, or for those that have land
Yeah.
to utilize it.
Yes.
You see, for me, when I was in active employment, it so happened that it was due to COVID-19. It was a problem globally,
Yeah,
and it
sure.
affected financial resources from most NGOs.
Yes.
And mine was not the exception. So when I felt that there was no opportunity and my contract came to a close, and I knew that looking for an opportunity will take another 6 months, then you are into the probationary period and so forth.
Yeah.
And yet I was already having this
Maybe
ad.
the money you had
Yes.
saved, you'll be using it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now I saw that I had some, small land. I said, why not go into farming? Secondly, I can guarantee that if you're out there and you're employed, you're not going to get rich through getting a salary. You are supposed to think outside the box, start off a venture that can give you, whether you want to go into animal production or crop production,
Yeah.
and then farm. You'll be able to make quick money and sooner than later. I think that's one of the reasons why I opted to go into full-time farming. I'm not at the age of saying that I'm at the retirement, bracket.
Yeah.
But I decided to see that, yes, I was getting, my salary was not bad, but looking at what I wanted to achieve in a certain period of time, I had to make a hard decision and say, let me go into what? Into full-time farming.
Yeah.
And going into full-time farming, I wanted to go for those crops, unique crops that can give us return, not farming for the sake of farming.
Yeah.
I would have come and put maybe rice or maize and so forth.
Yeah.
They are also very good. By the way, rice is a very good crop.
Yeah.
But normally it performs well if you have volumes, let's say number of acres.
Yeah.
Even maize, if you plant and add value to it and sorghum and so forth.
Yes.
But for me, my desire is always to go for these crops whereby if you plant and harvest, the garden does not die off after your first harvest.
Yeah.
You are able to do the second, third, fourth harvest
yes,
and
yes.
propagate.
Uh-huh.
I also wanted a crop that is not going to be affected by the climate. Climate change where there is prolonged sunshine or prolonged rain,
Yeah.
and they say no, it is waterlogged, no, it's not going to work well. That's why you find I came up with this crop in the northern part of Uganda.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a game changer for somebody out there, even if you're a graduate and you think it's going to be a challenge for you to look for what? For a job.
Yes.
Just take a bold step, come buy a seedlings for 1 acre, you will not turn back. Just imagine, you have your 15,000 fruits. Even if we say we are going to make it to the basic minimum
Yes.
of selling a pineapple, whether it is this size and this size, you're going to sell it 1,000.
Uh-huh.
With 15,000 suckers, you're going to make yourself at least 15 million shillings.
Yes.
From what? From an acre. And remember, this is just the first round. After 1 year, you go again through another round of harvest. You see?
Yeah.
Now, if you have this 1 acre and you're getting that money, you can use that money to diversify and say maybe you want to do poultry,
Yeah.
or you want to do, maybe you want to go into avocado production, or you want to do goat farming.
Yeah.
The 15 million or 12 or 10 can help you to kickstart. Remember, you are seated at home. What is important with this crop? Please grow it where your eyes can see. because
Okay.
we have human pests that
Yeah,
also enjoy
true.
this crop. If you put it very far and you think that you're going to harvest, it's just attractive to a young child.
Yes,
If he's grazing out there, he'll pick it and eat it. So if you're somewhere, even if it is far,
Yeah.
just set your grass thatched house. Very good, very cool.
Yeah.
Stay there. If you can fence off that block, be there.
Yes.
Once you're there, people are not going to really. And also, it would be important to, if you are, because now you become like the satellite farmer in that locality.
Exactly.
Motivate people to what? To grow this crop.
Yeah.
If you can be able to sell them cheap, these seedlings, let them have it. Eventually, because for me, I know that, for instance, if Charles, you take this and you base maybe in Lamo and you plant it and say you've done 2 acres.
Yeah.
In 3 years' time, I'm sure there will be like 5 more people whom you will have provided seedlings on top of you expanding.
Sure.
So you find Lamo begins to expand pineapple production. Another one is in Agago, another one is in Nwea.
Yeah.
Before you know it, in 5 years, we shall be the whole northern Uganda a hub of what? Of fruit production.
Yes. Yes.
Because I have seen Kenyans traveling all the way from Kenya. They come. We have a lady who has planted 1,200 acres of mangoes, Delight Farm here. And
Is it near here?
yes, it's in Lungulu sub-county.
Oh, wow.
So you find, because of the volume, she wants to set up a factory which is not yet ready. But Kenyans are driving box bodies, whole trucks, full
Yeah. Yeah.
from there coming all the way to buy mangoes.
Yes.
You
yes,
see?
Yes.
But why are they coming? It's because the farm is able to provide the volume.
Okay.
He will pack once and
Yeah.
fill the whole truck.
Yes.
That's what makes sense with the particular work.
Okay.
You're able to provide the whole truck, but you're also providing quality.
Yeah. True.
And then somebody will be able to do what? Get income from this.
Yeah.
So I'm encouraging people that it's not a challenge when you say that if everybody grows pineapples, that is the trick. You go in the central, when you go to areas that grow pineapples,
Yeah.
you'll find people with 200 acres, 100 acres. You find when you have 2-3 acres in such community, you don't even talk. People have 50, 100, 200, 500 acres of pineapples.
Yeah.
And they are doing it, and sub-county, and district. So the volumes are very important. Recently, we've seen some investors from the Middle East coming, and they're setting up fruit processing factories
Yes.
in those sub-regions.
Oh.
So even here, I am sure once you have the volumes,
Yeah.
the sky is the limit.
Yeah,
If you go to town, you'll find so many people with these juicers,
Yes.
these
The
juice points.
dispensers.
Yes, they have
Yeah.
become so many. What do you
Yeah,
think? They are going to
true.
need this fruit.
Exactly.
Because as we speak now, there is no mango. There is nowhere you'll get a mango,
Sure.
which they would do, and they have a mixture of how they call it, a mixture of maybe pineapple and mango, or pineapple or mango and the
Maybe
avocado
watermelon,
and melon.
avocado, yeah.
But the pineapple, I'm telling you, this
Yeah.
one, when you start harvesting, you're going to keep on harvesting for 6 months. Meaning this juicer is sure of
Yes.
getting this crop from you.
Exactly.
There is no any other crop that you're going to harvest like this. Mangoes, you start harvesting in 1 month, it gets depleted from the tree.
Yeah,
Starts
true.
flowering.
True.
But as I told you, this one, you get it in phases. So you are not even going to be worried about the market, about who's going to consume it. Even you yourself, as you consume it, you'll find yourself promoting the crop in the
Yeah,
region.
sure.
Mm.
Wow, this is real amazing, and I'm just impressed. Actually, it's
Okay.
quite amazing what is happening right here.
Yes.
And I'm holding this. It's ready, by the way, and it's smelling so nice.
Yes.
Smelling so nice, and it's just so awesome. And if you are in northern Uganda, you're watching this, we do have land here. And like some of us, we are born and, we inherited the land from our grandfathers, our parents, and we are not using it.
Yes.
I think we really have to change our mindset and how we think about farming. We should be not doing maybe only maize all the time, soya beans, granules, which, when the season comes, people sell it.
Yes.
And unfortunately, you see, this thing, when the buyers come, they actually buy it very cheaply.
Yes.
When it's many. So that's the unfortunate bit of it. And pineapple, this is amazing. And to any young person who is watching this right now, I think it's the right time for us, the young people, to venture into this. We have people like Arthur who are able to give us even free knowledge actually, and it's always available. So this is amazing.
And actually, they should also know about my YouTube channel, so that they can be able to.
Yes, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the link to his channel. To the it's called Lad Makes Farm. You can go there and learn everything about pineapple, about goats farming, chili, pawpaw. He's doing quite a lot, and he's an experienced farmer. So I'm going to do that. If we are to conclude this one, to anyone who is watching this video right now, who is interested in doing pineapple farming, or who is interested in venturing into farming,
yes,
what would be your advice to them, or what they need to know?
Okay, thank you so much. Just to make everybody, our listeners out there, understand is that this particular crop does not have a season per se. Whether it is a rainy season, you can plant it. Whether it's a dry season, you can plant it. So in Buganda, as I told you, they plant it mainly during the dry season because they want to leave the onset of the rainy season to come back to this particular garden and do intercrop with these seasonal crops like maize and beans, which rely on the rainfall. As I told you, when it takes a month and a half and you have not planted maize or beans, that's when you find people telling you, you're too late, you can't plant. It's not something you can say with this one. For it is there. And as I told you, in the first season, you can put in a crop, either watermelon or tomatoes. Once you remove, the second season, you can suddenly put in beans. So that means, even if you are looking at the pineapple taking long, just know that you have harvested the first season, you have gotten your maize. The second season, you have gotten your beans. The third season, just add soil on it and let it be a garden like this, because at that point, it is trying to grow very big and trying to expand, and and you want it to absorb properly from the ground and be able to give you a good crop. Remember, the returns that are going to come from here are way much better than what you've gotten from the maize, or that you can get in a particular acre of maize or beans. And so you want this crop to also pick up very well. And remember, it is a crop that is going to give you for multiple years, say 3 years. Yes, please.
Wow. That's amazing. And I think we can end this one right here.
Okay.
But it has been nice having a chat with you about this.
Yes, please.
Thank you for watching. This is the Ugandan farmer. Stories about Ugandan doing great thing in agriculture, farming. And of course, I am Charles Layo. I'll see you in our very next video.